Hi, today I want to talk about buying and selling a home at the same time and how that works. So if you currently own your home and you're thinking about moving, this video is for you. So you currently own your home, but for whatever reason, it no longer fits your needs. Maybe your family has grown since you moved in, or you're downsizing, or you'd like a home with a pool. Whatever the reason is, you need to sell that home and then purchase a new one. And you may be asking, well, how does that work? And is it complicated? Well, frankly, yes, it is. But as a real estate professional, I see this type of scenario all the time. And with the right combination of preparation and assembling the right team, we can navigate through this transaction with less stress. And we'll get you into that dream home. So the first step is going to be to assemble the right team. You're going to want an experienced real estate agent that has done this type of transaction before and knows the timing, strategy, and negotiation that goes into making it a smoother process. You're also going to want someone with great communication skills, keeping you informed and up to date along the way. And also, this agent will function as a team captain and make sure that everyone else involved in the transaction is meeting deadlines and fulfilling their roles. So this includes the lender, the title company, any other agents that are involved. A great agent is going to make sure everybody is on the same page. Next, we want to determine the market value of your current home, or what we think the home will sell for. So I'll come and evaluate the property. I'll put together a market analysis, and from there we'll determine the value of the home. Using that number, we'll calculate how much equity you have and what your net proceeds will be. So the equity is the portion of your home that you own versus what the bank owns. So if we determine that your home has a value of $400,000 and you owe $300,000 on your mortgage, then you have $100,000 in equity. And then using that number, subtract out the cost of selling the home, and we'll get your net proceeds. So say it's going to cost $30,000 to sell. So now you're left with $70,000 as your net, and that's a figure that you're going to want to share with your lender. So now you're in touch with a lender, and we've shared with them the net proceeds that we estimate you'll get from your sale. And so they're going to use all this information and put together a pre-approval for you. So an amount that you're pre-approved for the purchase of the new home. And so once we have that amount, now the fun part begins. We can start searching for your new home, sort of. So what I mean by that is, while it is important to start looking at homes at this point, I don't want you to get too attached to any one property. It's very unlikely that a seller is going to accept an offer contingent on a home sale when that home isn't even on the market yet. So why are we looking at homes at this point then? Well, we want to make sure that your expectations are realistic and the type of home that you are hoping to move to is available and out there and within your budget. Also, when your home does go on the market and gets an offer and goes under contract, we want to be ready to move very quickly. So we can use this time to narrow down a certain community or certain features that you know the home has to have. Once we determine that the type of property you're looking for the new home is out there and available in your market and in your price range, it's time to list your current home on the market. And as long as it's priced properly, you should receive an offer relatively soon. And so at this point, this is when having an experienced real estate agent really comes into play again. See, you're going to want to make sure that the buyer bringing you an offer to purchase your current home is very well qualified. If anything happens that makes that transaction fall apart, you're not going to be able to follow through with the second transaction and purchasing your new home. So you want to make sure that the buyer's putting enough money down and looks like a really good candidate to get their loan. You also want to make sure that they don't have a lot of contingencies attached to their offer. So I'd be really hesitant to accept an offer from a buyer that also has a sale, because then you're just kind of adding to the complications. Also, when you receive an offer, this is going to be the time that you want your agent to negotiate things for you that are going to make a less stressful transaction from a practicality standpoint. So you might want to extend the closing date out a little bit. Instead of doing a 30-day close, maybe 45 or 60-day close, so that you have time to find the new home that you want to move to. So now that your current home is under contract, the fun part begins and you can get really serious about finding the new home. You're in a much better position now that your home is under contract and much more likely to get your offer accepted. When you do go to make your offer for your new home, you're going to do so with a home sale contingency. What the home sale contingency says is that if for whatever reason the sale of your current home doesn't close, you're not obligated to follow through and purchase the second home. So this is providing you with protection in case something were to happen that made your first transaction fall apart. Now, it is possible to close on both properties in the same day. I've done it many times, but it does get very complicated and that is always a very hectic day. I would always advise to have a plan B, a hotel room to stay at or a family member that you can stay with. And when you're getting quotes from the movers, I would ask them, what happens if we have to leave our stuff in your truck overnight? Because you always want to have a plan B in case something delays one or both of the closings. You want the buyers of your current home to close first thing in the morning that day. Once the first transaction closes, now you have the proceeds from that sale that you can use to apply to the purchase of your new home. So another great tip that I have in this scenario is have your agent negotiate that you use the same title company for both your home sale and for your purchase. That's going to cut out a middleman, and the proceeds from your home sale are already with that title company, and all they have to do is then apply it to the purchase of your new home. Buying or selling a home can be a very stressful process. Buying and selling a home can get complicated, but with the right agent guiding you along the way, it can make for a much smoother transaction.